You got to do what I call taking the temperature of the room. Recognize who you're speaking to. Ask some questions. Oh, have you ever heard about men's work? What is men's work? Usually if somebody's saying that, it means that they have absolutely no idea what you know about your version of what men's work is, right? So take that into consideration. Say, oh, well, have you ever sat down in a room with just men talking about how they feel? What are you talking about? That's gay, right? You never know what the response is going to be, right? You start to gather some information. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Now, as you're asking these questions, don't forget to look through the lens of there's something that this man is uncomfortable about. There's something, a fear inside of him, an insecurity inside of him, because every single one of us has them. I know that this man has been through some traumas in his life. He's been through some challenging times, and I have no idea what those are. But I'm going to take that into consideration when I think of what his responses are as we talk about men's work, as we talk more about opening up and sharing our feelings honestly. So maybe somebody says, oh, that sounds really gay. That's not what dudes are supposed to do. They're like, oh, why do you think that? Use your curiosity. Why do you think that's gay? Why do you think that it's not natural for men to do that? Well, because, that means it makes you soft. Does it? How does it make me soft? Lead with your curiosity, right? And without making the man wrong, right? I don't have to say it in a way of like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. I know better. Nobody wants to be in a conversation like that. But as long as you lead with that curiosity, and overall, this is probably the most important thing, you're creating a space where this other man can express himself freely, and you're not going to disengage just because he says something you might not agree with. That's going to open up more possibility to talk about the things that actually matter to you, what you actually think about men's work. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I know there's a lot of you guys who listen to the podcast. I know there's even more of you guys who are part of our community and all the different ways that you are now, who are having a hard time telling your community, your brothers, your best friends, guys you grew up with, coworkers, about the work that you're doing. And the very nature of our mission is to get all men on board with some version of looking at ourselves, identifying those blind spots that we have, and then taking action to become better versions of ourselves for our families, for our communities, and for the future. But the only way we can achieve that mission is if we get more men on this planet to start doing that type of work. And it doesn't have to look a specific way. We just have to get more men interested and engaged by starting with giving them permission to talk about this stuff. The defense systems are so strong. Sometimes you'll just have somebody that checks out, gets disinterested, and doesn't want to go further into what you're sharing. Right? There's different ways to recognize, well, maybe this person's not really ready to hear it right now. Maybe I got to soften my approach. Maybe I got to just say, okay, you know what? Hey, if you ever want to talk about any of this stuff, then let me know, because I love it. And it's really made a difference in my life. That's another really key point, right? If somebody isn't pushing back hard or doesn't really seem interested, say, hey, it's made a huge difference in my life. And I know that I wouldn't have been able to navigate the challenges of my marriage, of being a father, of being a business owner, of being just a man on this planet, a human being on this planet, without a space to talk about what's really going on for me. And I would love to be that for you. So if you ever want to jam on that, then just let me know.